Yep, I am. Let me go ahead and get us opened up. So, welcome to AI Experts, where we talk specifically about how we take AI and apply it to our business, especially those of us who are in transitional housing. And tonight is no different. We have definitely a treat for you, but I'm going to start us off because we've got a few announcements we want to make. It was already noticed a little something different about our background today. And Miss Asia pointed it out. It says the builder's blueprint. And why we have that there, y'all, is we are advertising because on next Tuesday, we will all be at our book launch. Those of you who are familiar with Alicia Little, she's known as the Queen of AI. She and a group of other co-authors, we all have come together to create a two-volume book release. So there are those who are focusing on, I think it's called the hidden jewels of AI, and we are part of the builder's blueprint of AI. So if I got that wrong, that's okay. We'll get it right next week. We are in process of getting some things lined up, but we are so excited because Tiffany and I are officially the closer of one of the books. Like we close it and wrap it all up, saying, "Come build with us," talking about the things that we are doing in A to transform lives and to be able to change how housing looks today. So I want you all to look out for it. I will say our VIP will be getting a copy of our book when it comes out. So as soon as we get it, we'll make sure it gets in your hands and we'll give you more details on tomorrow night. But I am so excited for the opportunity to be a part of what Alicia's doing. Tiffany and I have worked really hard to make sure we can put something out there that truly represents what we do. And I'm so excited to be along the side of Tiffany doing it with her. This is officially our way of sort of coming out a little bit. It's like our coming out party, so to speak. And but there's more to come right behind it. Like we've got things lined up. So I want you guys, as you start seeing it promoted, because we're gonna be promoting it every day officially when it launches. So I want you guys sharing it. I want you like on your LinkedIn, make sure you're tagging in. We'll give you guys some tips to do just to make sure that we're getting out there because we want people to be able to understand what it is that we are doing here in the operators room and being able to impact the work that we do across the country. So we're so excited. So this is sort of like a preview. They're getting us ready for how we are going to start marketing starting next week. So just plan to attend. We'll get you more details later, but I wanted to make sure we shared our win. So I do want to open the floor to other wins today. And no matter how little or how big, we want to hear from you. So all you need to do is you can either raise your hand, we'll call on you. You could come off mic. Thank you so much, Coach Sophia. We appreciate that so much. We are just so excited. I want you to feel comfortable though, y'all. Come off mic if you want to share your win. I want you guys feeling comfortable to do that. Also, I'm looking for them to come off. So if you put your mic on or take it off, I'll actually call on you because that means you got something you want to share. And if you're not, yes, Miss Asia, come on, Miss Asia, with your share. Let's go ahead and
don't
hear your.
know. Well, yes, I do know. I am definitely aligned in doing what God has put me on earth for because every day someone calls me about Hope Reentry Housing. A lady called me today and asked me if I did volunteer hours. She was like, I looked on Google and I found your information. I'm like, yes, my search engine is working. But I feel like that is a great win that people are
That
able
is
to
a
find me.
That's a fabulous win. And all because you got your LinkedIn out there, you got yourself out there. You've also been speaking, or at least you said some things on the COC call, and it's getting out there. So that is a win. So just tell us, what did you do when she called you? What did you take down?
Well, I took down her information. I told her that right now we are not doing any volunteer hours, but we will in the future.
So 100%. Let me give you a tip. Just because the phone is going to keep ringing and
Mhm.
100% keep that list going. Just think about how you can continue to nurture that relationship, especially as you are building out. And you might find an opportunity based on her background. Did you find out what she does?
Yeah, she was telling me everything. I actually got her name, number, and email. I got those three.
Awesome. Awesome. So we could talk strategy. Maybe we'll do something like that on one of our, just to teach you guys how to cultivate that relationship and build that going forward. So awesome win, Asia. Awesome win. Thank you for sharing.
Mhm.
All right, Miss Sophia, the floor is yours, ma'am.
Yeah, so I guess it's about a week ago. This lady from back home in Killeen just came to my remembrance, and I remember one of my good friends knew her. And so because I do a lot of things. I also make earrings. And so 2 years ago, my friend was like, you need to come to this event and bring your earrings, and they should be purple because it's a domestic violence event. And I was like, and we kind of talked about it, but it never happened. But the other day, literally, they came back to me that, wait a minute, now that I am so clear on who I'm serving, I was like, hold up, I know somebody. So I reached out to my friend. I said, hey, I said, what is that lady name? I said, I believe I met her once when I lived in Killeen, but, and she told me her name. She said, girl, do you know, she just emailed me and told me to reach out to her because we're getting ready for her domestic violence event that's going to be in Dallas. I was like,
Mhm.
oh man, y'all know I'm a Dallas girl. Y'all know this right up my alley, right? So she was like, so she sends me she sends me the flyer and so she said, I done told the lady about you, and I done told everything you do. And she says, tell her, please reach out to me. I would love to connect with her.
Yeah.
So that's been like a week and a half ago. So I reach out to her yesterday morning. I reached literally, it's like I had got done praying, but I just kind of be sitting soaking, and I saw her
Mhm.
face like twice. I knew the Lord was like, reach out to her now. So I
Mhm.
called her, she didn't answer. I left her a voicemail, and then she didn't answer. I left her, so I went ahead and texted her. So she called me last night. We have like an hour conversation. It was just amazing. I was telling her what I was doing. I kind of told a little bit about me. I was telling her what I was doing, and she said, well, I used to have a domestic violence shelter. She
Wow.
says yes, and I'm actually working on something now that's gonna like some type of like center she gonna have with domestic violence, gonna be like with wraparound services and all of this. She said, but I believe it's gonna lead me to another shelter. I'm like, wait. So she said, I don't know why you reached out to me. I said, girl, the Lord said that's why I reached out to you. I said, honestly, I just want to connect. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, God knows where all this is going. I said, but I just know this is your lane. I
Yeah.
said, even with your event, she was like, listen, she said, you can, because I told her, I said, I'm gonna be at your event. She was like, well, whatever you want to do. She said, even if you want to serve, she said, listen, I don't know. I just feel so connected to you. I'm gonna send you an invite to get on a meeting with us.
Oh, wow.
On Monday, we're gonna have a Google meeting. We're gonna start talking about this event. She said, I just feel like you need to be there. I said, well, baby, send me the information. I will be there. So
Well,
I'm
look.
just
Yeah.
saying, listen. Only God know where this is going, but just because she got so much information already, she
Yeah.
already been doing it. And I'm like, girl, you get the shelter, I get the transitional housing, baby. I can get your Louis partner. Listen, I was like,
All day, every day. So that's why this is so critical. How far are you into getting your program set up? Like at least designing what it looks like. Are you pretty close?
yes, ma'am. Because I'm already
Perfect.
kind of in it. So
I
I'm just kind of
know.
tweaking it for domestic violence. So
I
yes, ma'am.
know. I
And
know.
I have literally been like heads down, locked in. Matter of fact, I done took off a whole look. My people, I'm kind of whispering because I'm close by some folks I work with. I done took off a whole week. Baby, I'm going to my daughter's house in Dallas. Baby, let me tell
Yeah.
you, every little thing I need to wrap up finna be wrapped up.
Yes. Yes.
Because
See
I,
that?
I I feel it, Tony and Tiff. Like it's like I keep telling my friends, like I don't know how God gonna do it, but I feel like it's
You
gonna be
gonna
like
do it?
boom, and I ain't got time to be talking about. Well, let me get this together,
You
baby.
ain't got
What?
time. Right. That's what I'm talking about. And
Yes, so
I
I'm so
want to see
excited.
that. I want to see that win in the community because guess what? You're going to have more to follow behind that. So that's why I said put it
Yes,
out there so then you could put something because we're going to watch that unfold in front of us. That's why it's just so
listen.
important. I
Yeah.
love
Yeah, but
it.
her event is called Shades of Purple. And when I say she go all out and she also like crown women, it's like a women
Oh,
empowerment. She crown women that then overcame. It's always beautiful every year she
mm.
does it. Cause like I said, I've known her for a while, but I'm like, listen, it's time. It's like God then brought this back full circle. Yeah.
What date? What
So
date? It's not July 11th and 12th.
no, it's gonna be October
Okay.
the maybe
Okay.
16th or something. It's in October. Yeah, it's in
Okay.
October. So
Because Tiff
that's
and
my
I gonna
favorite color too, Tanya.
favorite color? Oh, that's red. But I'm so excited.
Blue.
Maybe we'll run into
Yeah.
you July 11th and 12th because we're going to be in Dallas July 11th and 12th. and the 13th. So that's so exciting. Well, thank you for sharing, Sophia. Be sure to put that out in the community. So, going any others that we want to share before I add just one other thing, and then I'll yield to Tiff for our activity tonight. So, one last thing I want to share. A couple of things you're going to notice as changes, and I didn't know if I was going to have enough on the end, Tiff. That's why I thought I'd go ahead and share it now.
Share
It
it.
is related to our schedule because we sort of planted a seed the other day talking about some changes that are coming down the pike related to our scheduling because our goal is just to make sure that we can still meet the needs of those who are pulling on other directions that is where God is taking us to get this information out. So we wanted to tighten up our schedule, but then also honor all of you in what making sure you guys get everything you need during those times. So we still have this Mondays is still exactly the same. Monday's not changing. Tuesdays not changing significantly, other than we're adding an additional 30 minutes. We're going to do an hour and a half, and it's not just going to be coaches lab. It's going to be coaches and AI experts lab. Because Tiff and I have noticed is when we've been doing these every week, we're always piggybacking on something and then we're saving it for the AI experts. This way we can be concerted in our effort to give you guys what you need with the coaches and the AI expert lab. And we get to then dictate for that hour and a half what it would look like to serve you. That way, those people who are there that day, you get it all versus coming and you might miss the next day. We've been hearing some of that feedback so that you don't have to wait for it. So Wednesdays will be wide open so that you can then participate with us when we are speaking. You guys know this is a time she pretty much speaks on Wednesdays, and that's a hot day. And as far as the things that will entertain, whether it's her or me, we want to make that day available for speaking engagements, and then you guys can come and participate on those. That way, you're getting more robust information because you never know what community and what you're going to get. And if you went to the last one that Tiff did, oh yeah, she gave some good nuggets to coaches community, and we don't want to
And we
just
already have 3 speaking engagements for next month. And if
already
y'all
lined
know,
up.
and I'll give, so you guys learn from our mistakes. All podcasts and almost all communities want you to go on Wednesdays.
On Wednesdays.
So, so leave
So
that open when y'all build y'all stuff out.
when
Don't
you
do what we
build it
did.
out, leave yourself open for Wednesdays. And then we
Yeah.
also had the discussion related to word to work. This is not solid. I want to just hear from a couple other people related to work changing to a Saturday. So if you guys don't mind, during this tonight, let me know what day works for you. And what time on Saturday? Because we are going to move to a Saturday. I prefer in the morning while I'm having coffee because I could talk that all day long in the morning.
Love that. I love that time.
And that way we're doing a good word to work. We're setting ourselves, and we truly can honor um, uh, Sundays for those who celebrate on Sundays. And Latrice, I know you do yours on Saturdays. I just want to make sure that you're okay with it more than anything else. I just want to make sure I'm honoring everyone as much as I can in that space. So just let me know in the chat if Saturdays work and what time works for you. And if you're free in the morning, just say I'm free. And then that way I know what we're working with. But I'm leaning toward 9 a.m. Central Standard time on Saturdays, which would be pretty early for people on the Pacific coast. That's the only thing. So 9, 10, or 11. I just want to not do it too late in the day because once the day goes, it goes on Saturdays. And now I yield the floor to you, Tiff, my partner in purpose.
Okay. It's gonna be 1 second because I'm trying to publish this project and it is giving me an
Okay.
issue.
Well, while you're waiting, let me look because I could go.
Give
So
me one
what?
second, y'all. I'm literally just trying to publish this project.
Yep, go ahead because I'm just going to make sure because I can solidify this time for Saturday. I'm seeing some people I'm open to the time 10:30, so that'd be 9:30. 9:30 I see a 9:30. Can we do morning? Yep. I see a 10. So I see so far 9:30 and a 10.
Is this CST or EST? That's
9:30
important.
9:30 Central Standard Time, which is 10:30 Eastern. So far 9:30 is what I'm hearing. Oh, Latrice. Okay. I really don't want to. I was hoping that would accommodate to 9:30 as a comp. Look at Tanya, 9:59. I have Asia has another win. Can we add another win real quick, Tiffany? Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, Miss Asia, you got the floor. I see a 10 o'clock Central Standard.
I actually LLC my name because I have so much up under my belt that why not
Hey,
LLC it? And I made a website for it. I
Look.
did all of that today while I was working on all my paperwork for transitional housing. Like I spent the last 10 hours just
Your
doing stuff.
brand. It's your brand. You are the brand. So as you build that brand out 100%. So I'm so excited to hear that. That is good, Asia. And by the way, Asia, I look forward to seeing you this weekend. That's going to be fun. We'll
I'm
give you
so
details.
ready.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
promise
So
y'all.
I heard 9:30 and I heard 10. And I am going to make a decision for 9:30. That way I've heard more 9:30s. Oh, Tanya, stop it. 9:45. Tanya just being extra today.
I would love it
9:30.
if it was 10 EST, 9 CST. You see me being.
Oh, now she being extra. So 9:30 is in between nine because we had a 9, 9:30, and 10. It's 30 minutes, and we're gonna stick to just the 30 minutes. Get it in 9:30. Grab your coffee. I'm gonna make all the changes. We have already started making changes in our calendar, so you'll see that, and it'll be officially starting next week. So we're still going to do Sunday. This Sunday is Sunday, but I'm going to announce it for those people who show up that Sunday that that'll be the last one we do. And then this is starting the following week. We have a brand new week with a new schedule, and I'll make sure that the calendar reflects it. All right? Are we good, Tiff?
Oh, one more moment.
Oh,
It's not
un momento,
publishing.
un
The
momento.
first time. Just give me one moment, y'all. But I will say this. This is probably the most built out presentation I've ever done with this because it's everything that I believe in when it comes to this space. So if y'all can just give me 1 minute.
Good, good. Tanya said K. We can officially give her another
Can I
minute.
say something to Asia?
You sure can, Sophia.
Asia, thank you because you just encouraged me to move forward with Brandon Co. Sophia. Because the Lord told me this years ago, and I'm gonna tell you why I struggle with it because I'm a minister, I'm a prophetess, and I have these different things. And I'm like, well, I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? But then I'm also in the marketplace. And the Lord gave me peace. He said, but that is not, that's who those Co-Sophia is who you are. Those are things that you do. You are called to that. I don't care what somebody called you minister prophet. That's just who you are. So you don't need permission to be called that because
Yeah.
Sophia serves everybody across the board. And I was like, wow. So even like my website that we're working on, that's what it is. It's actually Coach Sophia, like because Coach Sophia does these different things. And
Yeah.
so and so I had been playing around with that and going back and forth with agent side. I'm like, come on, Lord. It was just like, go for it. I've already given you permission. You don't need nobody to give you permission. It's done.
You
Just do
get it
it.
done.
So I
He's
just
done
want
it
to say
for you.
thank you for that, Asia.
Aw.
You are so welcome. And y'all know I be in that little text chain like, y'all want to do this and y'all want to do it. Listen, my mind be on ADHD and I be on
Yeah,
goal. So
yeah,
let's go. Let's
yeah,
build it.
And
yeah.
look, and I'm
Amen.
exactly. And I tell you, we are the limitation. We
Yes,
create limitation. God is
yes,
He doesn't create it. And the moment it's planted in your mind to do,
yeah,
it's done. You need to now
yeah,
execute, even if it's not
yeah,
perfect. If y'all
yeah.
ain't seen nothing, we believe in imperfect action, okay? And we
Yes,
learn as we go and we learn from each other. So I mean, God gives us wisdom, He gives us
yes, he
discernment, He gives
does.
us
Yes,
guidance every day. So
yes,
trusting that. And
yes.
I'm just so grateful. Like I already can see, like I'm seeing it. I'm seeing these popcorn. The popcorn is good. This pot getting ready to overflow. Okay. That's why
Listen,
I see it. I see the leaders popping
listen.
up. I am getting ready to watch God move in a mighty way because He gave a mighty work that must be done and it can't be silent.
Yeah,
And it can't be
yeah,
done by yourself. We have to do
yeah.
this together. So I'm excited to see you all working together, iron sharpening iron, not cutting you. Because remember, it can cut too. But remember, we sharpen each other and we're here
Yes,
to help listen to each other and grow with each other
yes,
and be available in these moments. So I am excited for the relationships that are building and growing. I'm excited to see how you guys are continuing to move forward and just trusting and taking those steps forward, even though you might be doing it with that thought in your mind that the devil puts in your mind about what you can and cannot do. You can
mm-hmm.
do anything through Christ. He already said it in his word that is to be done. So I
Mm-hmm.
am so excited to be able to just be a part with you guys and be in this journey with you. So, oh, my heart is full right now. So now I know Tiff is working on the little details.
I'm
She'll
ready. I'm gonna just have to get it done right now. All right,
okay.
this is. couldn't add my extra slide that I really
You
wanted to
all
add,
right,
but
but you
it's
all
okay.
right. Y'all know, so you guys know Tiff is such the perfectionist. It's going to be brilliant because it's coming from her anyway.
Am
Even,
I
you
a
understand?
perfectionist?
Yes, it's perfect already. So the floor is yours, and however you need me to support you, I'm here.
I just need to bring it up on my other screen because I couldn't get my remote working.
Yeah, because
So
I
I
was like, do I
need
need
to
to go to
be able,
level?
and I need to go to it on my other. I have two computers, a phone, and something else watching me. So let me pull
Okay,
this up so I'll see what's next.
okay,
All right,
no
y'all.
problem.
So, oh, I actually might have finished right when I said that. That
Look
might
at
make me
that.
so
Look,
happy. Wait,
look
that
at
might make me really happy, guys, because then I didn't do it. That makes me happy like this. Yay!
see, see,
Okay, now I'm happier. I'm gonna
yay.
publish it one more time and we good. Publish right on time.
Oh,
Cool,
I
cool,
love
cool.
it. I love
Okay. All right. Let me just share this on the screen because it is taking a while to publish, but I'll just pull it up this way for you guys. Okay. All right, guys. So we're gonna run this session actually a lot differently. I'm used to 49 things in the chat. It's crazy. Yeah, and perfect execution is Tiffany right now is for sure. It's so uncomfortable. I'm
It's so
upset.
okay though. I always tell her this is when God step in. Look, to go do it.
See my face? Okay,
Yeah.
so no, I don't like that. I don't like when I'm the example. Get out of
Well,
here.
look, God loves it. I'm just gonna say we're gonna do this every
No, word. Hello.
time.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna be honest. This is probably my most favorite in-depth topic that I do, and you guys are gonna have to follow me here because we don't get into the practical build with AI at the end. Need you guys to understand a little bit of my framework because you guys have been with me for a little while now, but um, when I hear people asking me questions, and I'm Tony, I'm sure you can relate to this when people ask you questions in this space. Sometimes you realize, dang, they asking me the wrong question. So there's still something wrong with the thinking sometimes. You feel that way sometimes when it comes to what you do, when it comes to
Yeah,
transitional housing,
yeah,
you get
for
a
sure.
question, you're like, the fact that that's even the question, we're in the wrong thought process.
Right.
And I hear that a lot with AI. A lot of the questions that I get asked, I'm like, we're missing the plot and we're still missing it just by the questions, right? Because the
Mhm.
moment I'm getting asked, or anyone even just ask about how to build X, Y, and Z, I realize that that's orchestrated on purpose because of the economy that we're in right now and how it's being sold to you guys. And I want everybody that's in our community to get out of that matrix. So when we do the presentations that we do on AI, it's always done with this framework in mind. One, there always has to be a belief shift because everything that's in business and in life has to do with a limiting belief. Why else is there all this wealth and resources in the world, but not everybody's rich? Has nothing to do with the resources. It's all in with this. It's all with this. So I always move to make sure there is a shift belief in the room. I always also curate all of my presentations. If you watched me present on any of the other platforms that I've ever presented on with Tony, or just with you guys, I do everything for 3 levels. For the beginner in mind, in case you're coming here and you're absolutely in the beginner, if you're the intermediate, or if you're me in the advanced. Why? Because I've been in too many rooms that I felt like wasn't curated to me. So I bite at each level on purpose. So everyone gets something from the room. And then I always do a build. So with that in mind, you're going to walk through a belief shift. It's going to be something for every level. And we are actually going to go through a build, but a lot differently than we've ever done before in the past. We're going to live unbottleneck, and I'm going to show you guys what should be the thing that you build for next and the tool I would recommend most for the business, which is not typically ever done. And Tony might even agree that might even be a higher level than we normally give at this space. But I'm going to explain what you guys get at each level and really do a whole belief shift here. This is probably my most favorite thing when I do with AI. Tony, you hear me kind of preach about this a lot in the background. So follow me here, guys, because it's going to get a little deep in the beginning, but I promise at the end it's going to make sense. So by the end of tonight, we're going to understand what AI actually is, the history of AI, what you're being sold right now, which is why you guys aren't wrong for the questions you ask. It's purposely orchestrated that way for you guys to ask the questions you are right now because you're being heavily indoctrinated with summit after challenge, after prompt, after toolbox, after agent. And it's all this going along, right? All this money on the table. Everywhere you go, there's a new thing coming out. You can't Like it feels like every, let me make sure then. Okay. It feels like everywhere you go, you can't keep up. There's a new agent, a new tool, and a new that, and you're being sold that is the next thing that you need over and over and over and over and over again. And that's why you're there, right? And then you get on these things, and next thing you know, you're turning into a puppet. You're learning how to do like a weird Bratz doll with your image. Now you have like 20 more flyers for your business that you really can't use, but you have this weird dopamine effect because it just looks really shiny. I want everybody to get out that matrix really quick, right? And don't get me wrong, we do summits too, but we don't do it that way on purpose, right? It's not the thing that's the problem, it's how it's being stewarded right now. You're also going to know what you should be doing in your business and next steps, all the tools that are out there and why they're out there and why, and how you should be thinking about it when it comes to business. All right, y'all. So I want to start off just at a very high level here. And I want us to think about when you guys hear me talk a lot about neuroscience and you guys hear me talk a lot about words. I think that's, correct me if I'm wrong, Tony, is etymology is what it's pronounced as, the study of words, right?
Yeah.
And words have meaning. Everybody here that believes in the power of the tongue, right? Everybody here knows, whatever higher power of your choice you believe in, when it was dark outside and the Lord was making the world, he didn't say, yo, it's dark outside. He said, let there be light. I think that's how the Lord talks in my head, right? That's how he talks to me, right? So we know there's power in our words. And sometimes the things that are hidden right in front of us are literally just that. They are right in front of us on purpose. So I want us to go a little bit deeper into the fact that there is a lot of fear when it comes to AI. And that might not be you on the call, but just follow me here because I wrap all of this up at the end. And again, remember, we still build at the end. You just got to follow it for the journey. A lot of the times people look at AI and at first it was super duper scary. And a lot of that could be because we've all seen the movies. There's a lot of different tools out there. We don't really fully understand it all, if that makes sense. And on a deeper level, we all know that we are souls. We all know that we are humans, right? But on a deeper level, do you know that nobody in the world knows how to define human consciousness? That's actually something that scientifically cannot be defined. So the fear that comes in this space, we'll get into in just a moment. Now let's get Dr. Tilda in here. I'll let her in. So let's debunk the word really quick. What does the word artificial mean? Exactly like what it sounds like. Something that we made. Now let's look into the word intelligence. Intelligence is something that has to learn from experience or to understand a complex concept. What is the only thing that can experience on this earth? Us. So artificial intelligence is something that's made by us that needs us to function. And if you're thinking about what AI is, right? It's the best auto predictor in the world, but it's not human intelligence. That's why it's artificial, because it's just a really good predictor of what we might do, but it's not smarter than us. It literally can't be because it's just a really good auto predictor, no more than the auto text on your phone. And a lot of people getting into this space kind of look at AI and they think of it as something that is completely new, right? And the real thing is, if you look at the word, it's called open AI. It's in the word, meaning why did they put open in it? Because it's actually been around for a super long time. And in a second, I'm going to ask you guys just how long you think it is, because it just became open to us, but it's been utilized on us for so long. So it's in the word. And sometimes the things, guys, they're hidden in plain sight. It's kind of like everything else we learn in life, like when it comes to health or even money. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, but it's been right there in front of you in your face this whole time. You're like, what has been going on? It's been in front of me, and it's no different with AI. So believe it or not, there are about three different people when it comes to the level that you might be utilizing AI in. And the first level is someone that thinks is the key word. They haven't been utilizing AI. It is a self-reported stat that 44% of people think they have never utilized AI. Now, I say think for an absolute reason. And I want you guys to just sit in that really quick. And the reason why, before I get into think, I want you guys to understand why these people even exist. Because these people exist for a reason. These people exist. And if you guys had to think about it, right, Antonia, because you're all from you, I'll ask you, why do you think some people kind of feel good about the fact that they don't use AI? Where do you think that comes from? Where do you think the pride in that is at?
I think that they don't, because they really think that they're not involved in it, but they really are. But in their minds, if they say they're not, they feel good about that, or they think that. And there's really, I don't even think the people who do all that other stuff where they're totally disconnected from the actual grid and all that stuff, they're still connected on some level, but they think they're not. So it sort of like gives them this makes them feel good about themselves, like they have literally been able to block it, but they really haven't.
Because they're not in the matrix or the program,
But they are.
right?
Right.
But because they're afraid of what? Big brother or something or whatever the fear is. I will tell you guys why the fear exists with AI. The truth of the matter is, whether you're religious, whether you are not religious and you're just like whatever, and whether you just call it the universe, the rocks, the stones, whatever higher power you believe in, because some people don't want to call it God, but they call it the universe. I think that is the same thing. I think that's the same character in a different font. So if you say that to me, you just said the same thing to me, but just in a different word. But whatever it is you choose to believe in, right? Everybody knows that we are not our body, right? We all know we have a soul. Even scientifically, they call that human consciousness, right? The soul. And on a neuroscience level, do you know that we are not our brain? What do I mean by that? The thoughts that you have in your brain are actually mostly not yours. They actually just come from the environment around you, which is why manifestation works, because what you choose to make an agreement with is the only thing that matters. And that's why you control your brain. Your brain doesn't control you. But that's crazy, right? Because doesn't it feel like you are your brain sometimes? But you're not. That's exactly why all those other things work that we all know exist. And that's why environment matters, right? Because if you could think of everything around you as an energy transmitter, think of it like the radio or Bluetooth or radio. Whatever frequency you're tapped into is the radio station that you're listening to. It's the same thoughts and things that you're going to be getting in your mind, which is why you can live in a neighborhood and be in a neighborhood for 1 year and be like, I never noticed that store because you just weren't present or weren't paying attention. But once you're tuned in and you're more present or you're paying attention or whatever happens, you're able to notice things that you weren't able to before because things are coming to you that were always there. It's no different that all of this information I'm about to share with you, I'm not like this prophet. I'm not a prophecy. I'm not like, a disciple. It's in front of everybody, but it stewards to everybody differently based off of when the student is ready, the teacher arrives, right? It's one of my favorite quotes. Okay, so on a level, we know we're not the body. We know we're not the brain. We just have a brain. We just control a brain, right? We all know that we have something called human consciousness, which, if you're religious, is a soul. By definition, nobody in the world, not one scientist, and y'all can look it up, nobody knows what in the world defines human consciousness. So the fear with AI is, can it get smart enough to become humanly conscious? Because we don't even know what it is. And what do humans fear the most? The unknown. And the only thing that we know in the world is that we're of this earth and we die. And so the in between is the only thing that we know that matters. And so the people that feel like they don't use it is either because it feels like it's too complicated to them and they've closed it off because they felt like it wasn't for them, one limiting belief, right? Because it's as easy as Google. And then the other one is because they've demonized it a little bit because there's this fear of this unknown. But y'all, it's in the world. It's artificial intelligence. And on another level, I don't care what you believe in. I don't think anything can become a human. I don't think anything can become us. And now that is for everyone else to decide. So if that's what the agreement is, I don't think anything can become us. I don't care how many times you prompt it, right?
Mm.
So now, with that being said, AI is just a really good auto predictor. So everybody here should agree with this. I'm hoping this is a yes. But
Yes.
right, has everybody here utilized AI? I'm gonna ask y'all, I should be a rhetorical question in the chat. So I see Tanya said yes. Has everybody here felt like they've used AI and they are not in level one? And if not, I'm gonna tell you why you guys are putting that in the chat, why you have 110% utilized AI. AI, whether or not you have touched ChatGPT or not, is
Mhm.
the autocorrect on your phone. When it tells you what it recommends for you to watch next on the TV, how do you think it knows what you might not want to do next?
Yeah.
Why do you think it can somehow listen to you and all of a sudden you got these leotards popping up, all these waist trainers popping up, and you was just talking about losing weight? Know what I'm saying? Right?
You
How
must
does
have
your
looking at my
Google?
emails. Sorry.
No, I like you. You can stay off of mute. You can stay off
Okay.
of mute.
Okay.
Yeah. So why does Google Maps reroute you? What do you think it's using to know where you're geofenced and located in the area? Right? Have any clue? What is an Instagram filter? That's AI. Your
Oh.
Spotify daily mix? Pandora? Y'all remember Pandora? Pandora to know
I
what you
use
might like
Pandora every
next.
day. What are you talking
You use
about?
Pandora still? That's
I
crazy. Okay.
do.
Uber Eats, right? The ETA before the driver even gets there. What do you think it's going off of? What is the algorithm it's using? Right? Even your bank fraud alerts is AI. So unless you don't have a bank, the reason why it's called a smartphone because it's only smart because of the fact that it has AI in it. If you don't have a TV, I mean, I don't even know anyone who has a fatback TV, but if you don't have a fatback TV, then you utilize an AI. And any app in the world has been utilizing AI that can auto predict the next thing you might want, whether you're shopping for it or watching next. I want to ask you guys in the chat, how long do you guys think AI has been around? I want you guys to give me a year. What year do you guys think AI was born in? Oh, the 1950s is crazy.
And
1998. The
when
99 and the 2000. Sorry,
1500s.
the 99 and the 2. You know what's crazy?
Mhm.
You guys were actually right. That said the 1950s. That is when AI was born. That's how long AI has been around. Believe it or not, it was actually the first known early AI was just rule-based programming that followed instructions that they didn't give to the public. I want you guys to remember what I said. It's called open for a reason. So the government has had it for this long. So just follow me here, right? So it's always been around since the 1950s. Dartmouth Conference is when AI was born, and it was utilized as a field computer in order to create just rule-based like predictions that were really, really sucky. And if anyone was around when ChatGPT first came out, it was actually garbage then too. So it was really garbage in the 1950s, but it's been existing since then. In the 1990s is when the machine learning arose a little bit more because that was when it actually came around kind of as like the computer came around, right? And so machine learning is just called ML. So this is when it was able to just identify patterns, right? And it was helping with programming. Everybody knows what programming is. Programming is AI, computer programming. Ever since the computer was around, it only has been around because of AI. 2010s is when AI has been in every single app that you have utilized, known to mankind. Not one app in the world doesn't use AI. Any data or metric, even if it's not forward facing to the public, it's utilized to bring it back to the founders or whoever is utilizing the data on the back end. 2020 is when open AI was born, when the public decided to be able to have their chance at it. And guess what? It stuck. And so, in order to get people to use it, do you want to know what they did? They made it agreeable so that you would like it more because humans like things that are agreeable and like them. Hence, ChatGPT became popular in 2024 because that's when they learned to make it agreeable, super simple, and just tell people exactly what they want to hear so that they would want to use it. And now we're in the revolution that we're in today. So now, if we hear that, most of us haven't been privy to it in 2020, but that is when the doors open for us. But really in 2025, I feel like is when people really started getting privy to it. Because I feel like in the last year is when you see this boom. So now the question is, why in the world would they give us something so powerful, right? Because if you think about it, AI allows you as a small business owner to compete with big business and big impact without big dollars. So then some people might go, what is the play here? What is the catch? Why would they give us something so powerful? If you're paying attention and if you look at everything I just said, what was always the economy they were going after? With the computer, with the apps, with Netflix, with the algorithm, with AI, with Instagram, with Facebook. The economy and the product was always you, your attention. They need you to use the product. So they need to gather your data to know what we're building next. So they need as many people as possible. And how can we do that? And that's why all the companies put billions of dollars into AI because it is allowing them to be able to productize it. So now when people hear that, they get a little fearful and they go, oh, but I just told you, they've been utilizing it since the 1950s. I mean, since what, the 1950s? So it's not going anywhere. So then the next question is, if it's not going anywhere, if it's always been utilized to me instead of for me, but I now have the power to utilize any of these tools to my disposal, the only question next should be, how do I maximize the opportunity in front of me right now? Because it is the cheapest it will ever be because they are data mining right now. So then if that's the case, how do we use that to our advantage? Follow me here, y'all. So let's talk a little bit deeper about the 3 levels of users that there are in AI. We just got rid of level 1. I don't use AI. It doesn't exist. That's why I said 44 said, I think I don't use AI. You think, but you do.
What you do?
You absolutely do. There's no way around it. You are a part of the system. The only difference is you're allowing it to be used to you instead of for you because you opted out of having that control due to the choice that we're all allowed to make in the world. But it doesn't exist. Everyone utilizes AI. The second level of user utilizes it like a gumball machine to me or a slot machine. And that is where 95% statistically live in business. Level 3 is where me and Tony live and the few in the world, which is the 5, which is my business runs on it and it actually works for us instead of us having to utilize different tools in different places and still be manual with it. And it actually moves with us. This one is the hardest level to reach, but it's designed on purpose, just like everything else is designed that way. And I'm going to walk you guys through why it's not your fault you guys are on level 2 and how I almost got tricked into level 2. Tony almost got tricked. We all almost got tricked in level 2. We was there with y'all. So we understand it, right? So let's talk about what level 2 truly means. Level 2 is maybe you utilize ChatGPT, maybe you utilize Claude, maybe you utilize, if y'all like, what the heck is Midjourney and Gamma? Those are some other tools. Lovable. Insert whatever AI tool you use. You go to it, you talk to it, it spits out something back to you. Fine, cool. Maybe you're like, Natsif, I'm a little better than that. Cool, you have an AI employee. We'll get into that right now. But where do they all live? It lives one in this website, one in this website, one in this website. I don't know not one business in the world that your sales department would have to go down the block to go talk to your marketing the marketing department, and they don't talk to each other. So even if you're utilizing it that way, they still don't talk to each other. And guess what? All business got to talk to each other. Your sales department got to know what your marketing department is doing, got to know what your finance is doing. We should all be locked in. It don't work like that, right? So that might be how you're utilizing it. And if that's how we're utilizing it, which is honestly, again, I was almost there too. They almost tricked me out my spot too, y'all, right? This is no more than a glorified Google. It's Google with a better outfit. It's Google with a fedora because you put something in and and you get it out, right? And honestly speaking, they trick us because you know what they sell us on? Come build an AI employee. I don't need just one employee. I don't know if one employee, you cannot one employee yourself out of any business. I don't care what it is you're gonna do. What are you laughing at, Tony? I gotta know. Hold on.
You're talking about Google with a raspberry beret.
I'm sorry.
Hey, girl.
Raspberry beret is killing me. Okay, that's funny. I just saw it in my head. Sorry, yeah, ADHD was killing me too, Asia. So this is where they kill us. So have you ever tried to tell yourself, right? And this is everybody should be able to relate to this in business. Have you ever tried to tell yourself, if I just outsource this next employee, this next SOP, or if I grind in my business for the next 30 days, I'll be out this funk that I'm in. Has anyone ever lied to themselves and told themselves that they can out hustle or outsource the pain in their business? I know I did that before. I feel like I did that even not too long ago, actually,
Yeah,
y'all.
wasn't that
So
long?
it has it, right? You can't. But this is what they sell us. They sell us, come build your next employee, right? And you might build it. You still bottlenecked. And that's on purpose. I'm going to tell you guys why. What is even an AI employee? You walk away and there's 3 levels of it. They have all these cool little names, but it really ain't that deep, y'all. It's either going to be a skill, a task, or an employee. Let me tell you what all that means. Either it's a prompt or it's a prompt that runs on its own, which is actually what they're calling an employee. And then we dress it up a little bit more and it reports back to you on your phone or something. And so now that's called an employee. And essentially that's kind of true because an employee is someone that you pay and you're paying a subscription for this tool to do this automated task and deliver it to you to your expectation every time. And essentially that's not wrong. But guess what happens when you join every summit, every challenge, everything that you join, and you keep building them? You end up with how many of these employees on how many websites? Oh my God, how many do we end up with? Now we got one. Tony, go ahead, talk to me real quick, because this
It,
right here is the pain point.
the chaos.
Right.
So I'm just gonna say, by the time
It's
you were
chaos.
laying total chaos, and it's on your side, my side, like we lined them up, and I'm still trying to like, well, okay, what is this again? What are you doing? Like it's like trying to keep up with it all. It truly is still a
It's
lot.
like having all your employees and like you got to talk to them on different cell phones. Like it's like having 22 cell phones for a business. Does it not feel like that sometimes?
It does. It does.
What in the world is going on? I just create now I need another employee to run all my other
Manage that.
employees.
Yep.
Right. Right? And that's exactly what everybody's being sold right now. So when I hear people ask the question, and we're gonna get there in a second, just keep following me here, y'all. Right? Might have to go over on time, but trust me, it'll be worth it for y'all. You guys hear me say a lot. Stop downloading the prompts and stop downloading the thinking. We join every summit, every challenge. We end up doing every prompt. I almost said stupid prompt. Every prompt will end up with a new banner, a new pose, a new profile picture. We don't need that. I could take a selfie right now. Okay. None of us need that. But that's done on purpose because the true thing that you need has nothing to do with one more employee. There is an employee that you're going to need, but how you steward the thinking to build it and what you're building towards and the order in which you build it matters. I just told you guys in the beginning, you guys were always the product. Your IP, your thinking, your thoughts is literally the entire economy. So I want you guys to walk through the journey with me because we're going to stop downloading these prompts. We're going to stop downloading replays that don't make sense because we do summits too, but we do it with this in mind. We're not trying to go ahead and do this to y'all. We're trying to undo this on purpose, right? So it's different. It just depends, right? Everyone does their thing differently. So I want you guys to start downloading thinking to walk through and steward these tools correctly because there's a reason why all these resources are in front of all of us, but it's not working for all of us the same. No difference that all the money is here in the world, but not everyone's rich. So follow me here. Now, I'm going to walk you guys through. Oh, wait a minute. It's missing the one that I need. Oh no, where's the one that I need? Hold on, hold on, hold on. I need you guys to see the I want you guys to see the departments that every 8-figure business has. Okay. Now I know you guys are thinking, well, Tiff, that sounds cool and all, but we're not there yet. That's fine. We all are going to get there, and we build with $1 billion company in mind. So we build with this in mind. And I totally get if you're like, I'm not there yet, but I want you guys to see it and then walk through me. You're gonna walk you through how we get there. Let me just make sure I can redo this slide so y'all can see it because this was important. Why is it not doing it when I share the screen? That is fine. I'm gonna just do it from this screen. Y'all gonna have to see it straight from Lovable.
All right.
It is what it is. But I'll tell you guys this as well. The reason why we never share we never hide our watermarks is on purpose. That's actually a part of our brand. We never hide the tool because we're not scared of teaching you guys the tool. We're not scared of teaching you the process because we're the IP. We're the IP and we're the product. So we show you guys the tool all day so you guys can know how to use it too. So we're never scared to show you guys the tool for that reason. That's why everything we never hide any of the URLs, even though we pay for every tool and we absolutely can. Okay. So this might be overwhelming. This is what it looks like when you are a 8-figure or plus business, the top business in the world. Well, we are, right? Everyone has a founder, a chief AI officer. Now that's a new role. Everybody needs someone who studies AI every day and research and keeps up with it. Everybody has a chief strategy officer, chief operating, a personal life COO, a personal brand one, a marketing officer, someone that runs the revenue, someone that runs the customers and makes sure they're happy, someone that is just the general counsel, blah, blah, blah. This looks like a lot, right? And if I just overwhelmed you, this is like a C-suite level exec. If you guys are aware of that term, C-suite level, because when I heard C-suite, this depends on how how you use it. And now if I just overwhelmed you and you're like, Tiff, I'm supposed to create something that has all of that. Well, backtrack real quick. No, every business, I don't care if you're an 8-figure, a C-suite business or what, every business starts or has 4 hats, unless you just pivoted from another 8-figure business to your next 8-figure business. But everyone starts off with 4 hats. So let's walk through what these hats actually are. This is my favorite part. So let's talk to the first one. It's y'all. It's the founder. The founder is the person with the vision. So I like doing this little story. You probably heard, I don't know if you remember this little example. I did this like months ago when we first met, Tony, but I've been
Yeah,
rocking with
I
this
remember,
little
but it
example.
was a different AI background back then. Remember, he was sleek and silver.
Oh my God, you do remember. I'm
I
over
don't
here. Okay.
forget.
Oh, you pay attention to me. Okay, I'm sorry. I had a moment. Okay, so all right, let's say you're a founder, right? And let's say, and every founder here has a vision that stems from their experience because that's the best one. That's the most heartful one. That's the one that sticks around and stays, right? So you start off and you're a founder. So let's say you grew up and every day after school, right, you would go to your local neighborhood, your local mom and pop shop with your grandmother every day and you would eat. And as you get older, you're like, yo, that was fire to me. That's a staple for me. I don't see enough of that interconnectedness no more because everyone's on TikTok. Like I feel like the greenery is gone around me. So I want to bring that emotion back into the community. But I'm more woke now, right? I know more than I ever did before. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So I was going to McDonald's, right, with my grandmother. But we ain't doing that no more because who's gonna poison the community? Not I. So you know what I want to do? I want to make it healthy. You know what I'm gonna do? I want to make a healthy fast food restaurant. I just said healthy fast food restaurant in one sentence. Doesn't that sound crazy? It sounds absurd.
Oxymoron.
It's an oxymoron. Guess what, y'all? Every entrepreneur is delusional. A founder with a vision is somebody that's setting out to make something that's normal right now sound absurd later on. You're literally changing the definition of something normal. You're creating a new normal from your experience, from the gap that you've seen a problem and you're going to be the solution. Every business in the world is the problem you see and the solution based off of your experience. Does that sound familiar? We say it with Sam and the Gap all the time, but we always say a business is a business is a business. It's really the equation of any business. It's just a people-driven business in transitional housing. And every business owner has to be delusional because when I think back, and I say this all the time, right? I think about how absolutely insane the person who was like, I'm gonna build an airplane had to be. And I know that person had to sound so delusional to all the friends and family. A metal object flying and defying what we know as gravity, flying in the sky. And now that's normal because someone was delusional enough to make the normal back then absurd. We can't even imagine not having Delta today, right? Or this is another one that I'm really happy about. You know what was normal back in the day? That every restaurant once had cigarettes? Like you can go into any restaurant in the world and they were smoking all the time. And someone rightfully so in their right mind said, ew, that's gross. And they should have, right? And now guess what? not normal, right?
Okay.
And I love that for us. And you have to be delusional to believe in yourself. I truly believe in this. There are billions of humans on this earth, and every single one of us are curated for a unique purpose. And we're all interconnected. We're all responsible for ourselves, our communities, other people. We have symbiotic relationships with nature, with trees. We function in an ecosystem on purpose. We literally scientifically would go crazy if we didn't interact with another human like Castaway, right? We would have to make a volleyball or a coconut for a friend. It's literally how we made. We are all stewards of the planet. We are all kingdom agents, one way or another. Now, everyone's purpose might be different. Your purpose, if you might just only be set out to make an impact in on your block. Others might be set to make it for the zip code. Others might be set to only do it in a building, maybe in the school that they belong to, and others might be global, right? But I believe that that's all done on purpose, and that's why everyone can have, of course, the same, the same category you're in, but it will always be done differently for the people that you're meant to uniquely serve in. So now you have your idea. You're like healthy fast food restaurant. Boom, what I'm making. This is my next step. The next logical question is, what's next? Now what? Cool idea, bro, right? I know who it's for. I know the product. I know what I want to do. But now I'm like, okay, like what do I do next? Like, how much money do I have? What's on the market? Who are the people? What does it look like? What should my pricing be? What are the laws? Do I need a license? Can I even do this? What am I doing right now? What am I looking for? What am I trying to build? Give me a word, y'all, in the chat. And Tony, you can come and say one too. What am I looking to do? What am I trying to build? What am I asking myself? What do I need right now? It's okay if you get it wrong. It's okay.
People afraid to talk in the chat?
Yeah, I can talk or come off from you. Love me. Love me is crazy.
Love me. Show
Love
love,
me.
y'all.
Love me. What am I asking for right now? What am I looking for? No, you're fine.
People are
What am
thinking,
I looking for? Now I have my bright idea, healthy fast food restaurant, but now I need to know what's the like, is there any zoning I need to look at? Do I need to look at how much do I need for that? Do I need a
You're
license
looking
for
for
that?
a business plan.
Okay, there you go. I'm looking for a strategy. That is the next category in business that every single business in the world has, right? The
And knowledge.
strategist is what is next. That's actually what the department is called, is a strategist. That's what it's called. It's the person or the thing that looks into the research. And then guess what you do with that research? If everything is a priority, nothing is a priority. So yeah, it's cool. We can have the North Star in mind, but if you don't even have like the money to start, you have to ask yourself, so what am I doing right now and what is next? Right? So let's say in this analogy, right? I understand who my consumer is, but because of my budget, I know I absolutely can't afford a brick and mortar yet. I know I can't. I did my research. And Perplexity told me that I barely got the money for the food truck, but I need licensing and I don't got my licensing just yet. But I need traction right now because I don't want to wait to start getting to start my impact. So if I get my food license, which only took about 2 weeks or under, I can start selling local plates and doing partnerships at the local YMCA or local nonprofit. And I can conjure up donations legally through them to actually start funding the actual food while I wait for the application for the food truck to go ahead and go through because I realized that that could at least take a month. So now I have my plan. I know exactly the steps that's going to take me there and for what season I'm in. That might be my strategy for this quarter. And then next quarter, I'm going to hit them with another strategy. That's what the strategist does. It does research and tells you what's important in this season. I'm giving y'all something on purpose to download the thinking. So I hope y'all following me here because this all ties together in the end. Because this is how we have to be utilizing AI as well. So I really need y'all downloading this. The next thing is I got the plan. So what's next? I got to make it happen. Hello, it has to happen, right? By this date, It needs to happen. The next category in business is called an operator. Sometimes it's called like in a C-suite level exec. Sometimes they call it something with execution in it. I forgot what it. I almost said executionist, which is I think is a murderer, but I forgot what. Well, I forgot what it was called legitimately, but I just seen it on the screen. But it's the person that makes sure that it gets done by this date. If I said I'm going to post 5 times today, I need to go double check that it happened. If I said that by this date, my application was going to go through, I'm going to reach out to 5 local things. And by the end of the week, so it's 1 application a day. These are the ingredients I'm committed to, and this is my schedule every day. Making sure that it is happening and inspecting that it's going out there is the operator, making sure that the strategy is in motion. Okay. But then when you're out there in motion, you're like, all right, cool. I got my plan. I got my application. I got my ingredients. But wait a minute. I don't have a menu that matches me. Do I have a business card? What am I going to wear? Because I got to be on brand. Do I got a Facebook business page? Oh my God. What is my Instagram doing? I have been on here just personal. I need to sweep all this out, right? And what color am I going to do? I said I was a healthy fast food restaurant, so it can't be the yellow or the red that you see on Burger King or McDonald's or every other or Sonic, because that's done on purpose because color psychology is real. Another hint, color psychology is real. Tasting psychology is real. I'm gonna be green because I'm healthy fast food. And so what? I'm the sage green that you see in every farmer's market and every juice spot in the world, right? And so now I want to make sure that all of my products and my images actually look sustainable and healthy. We're gonna match the brand, right? Because we already know what the brand is. So that is the next category that every business in the world has. The brand architect or the brand strategist, whatever. It's called brand marketing, whatever you want to call it. C-suites have it. Every business in the world has it. You have it right now. Everybody who enter business has these 4 categories. And the brand architect does exactly what it is that I just said. We keeping the brand intact. But now I want you guys to think about the questions that I asked myself, right? Because when I had the vision, right, I was asking myself, so who is it really for? What is the thing I want to actually, give? And how do I want to give it to the people? And then when I was thinking about it as a strategist, I was like, so like, how much does it cost and where? That's still audience, is it not? Right? How much is it going to cost? And like, depending on if it's going to be brick and mortar or if it's food truck, what is that? And and how much does it cost to put it in this packaging? That's called productization, right? I had the same question up there, right? And then how is it that I want to strategize and actually get it to the people? Same questions I kind of asked myself when I was being a brand architect. All right, where's my audience going to be at? Am I going to bring this to Instagram? Am I going to bring this to LinkedIn? Okay, so when I package this up, what's the colors, right? And then how are they going to interact with me? What's my lead magnet? Is it going to be straight to my website or is it going to be to call me? Like, what does that look like? That's my conversion. So I want you guys to realize what I just said. Every single category in business, all four of them go through and run through these same 3 categories: audience, productization, and conversion. I would take a screenshot if I were you guys here really quick. And then another screenshot in just a moment. The audience is always, all right, where's my audience at? What do they want to see? Right? The productization, where am I taking them through to interact with me? Is it a website? Is it my Instagram leads to my website? Is it my Instagram leads to my funnel to my school community? What does my customer journey look like? That's what the productization is, right? And then how am I packaging it and what's my pricing? Because it's pricing psychology, because Walmart and Target look different on purpose when you walk in there, the different characters. That's on purpose. That's called pricing psychology. It has to match what it is that you're trying to do. And then the next part is, how do I want to deliver it to the people? Like me and Tony, we're not one-to-one unless we're in a circle. We're one-to-many, right? We're one-to-many on purpose. That's definitely on purpose. How do you want to do your business, right? Are you a drive-through, right? Are you catering inside to the people, right? Do you want to do a little bit of that in Uber Eats, right? Are you whatever that is? What's the conversion? And now here's the part that actually kills most people and most founders. There's two different things that kills most founders. Is most founders get stuck. I want to make sure I do this correctly. So most founders get stuck in the most delegatable part in business. The most delegatable part of business is the last category, brand architect. Do you know how many people get stuck here? They're actually in a chokehold, guys. There's too many flyers being spun out, too many business cards, there's too many websites, there's too many. And why? Because we keep going to all these events and all these things, and we keep spinning up so many different things with all of these tools. The most delegatable and the last part of how you should be building is the brand architect. Now, I want to make sure we're very clear though. These do not flow in order every time you make a decision. But when you're first getting your foundation ready to automate with AI, it does follow it in order. That's a key. It does when you first lay it out before you build everything out. You have to have an understanding of this before you touch AI. You can use AI to help you with it, like Perplexity, obviously, to research, or Claude to research. But what I mean is before you build an employee, before you build a website, brand architect, before you build a flyer, X, Y, and Z, right? You want to make sure you know these things first, right? It's not as hard as it sounds. Now, here's the other part that founders get stuck in. Because right now I could have just overwhelmed you. Tiff, I am one person. I'm one person. How in the world, this is why you probably feel overwhelmed, rightfully so. How am I supposed to either buy these these other three departments to already run, make them with AI, or et cetera, et cetera? The truth is, every single founder, if you're a solopreneur, is wearing these hats. And the issue is that most founders make the mistake of getting stuck in this cycle. They go, oh, what do my people need? Do I need a CRM? Oh my God, my flyer ain't put together. Oh my God, my profile picture ain't right. Oh wow, when I see these people in person, I ain't gonna have all this together. We kind of heard a little bit about that in the wins, right? We get stuck in the categories, y'all. That's the biggest problem. We get stuck in the categories. The question is not what category of business you're in. Mm-mm. It's what hat are you wearing based off the question you ask yourself. I'm gonna say it one more time. It's what question, like what role, what hat are you wearing in your business? Are you the founder? Are you the strategist? Are you the operator? Are you the brand architect? Which is based off the question that you are asking in your business. Because every single business has these four hats. And most founders get stuck asking these questions. I hate my logo. My website is broken. My emails are overflowing. So I'm gonna join this summit to figure out how to make an email agent. And it feels fly, but you still bottlenecked right after, right? But instead, what really we should be, and that's how we get spiraled, y'all, because we keep going through those three things and we can be stuck in there all day. And then by the time we fix one thing, we realize it don't really match. And we realize it don't really do this and do that. And then you're still stuck bottlenecked, working like 24 out of 24 hours in your day, sleeping with the laptop on your chest. That sounded oddly specific for a reason, right? So, y'all, the question is, what hat am I wearing right now? Every single question puts you in a different hat. So if you're asking yourself, go back to my example, should I partner with Pepsi? They told me they'll give me a meal. Oh, a meal sound good. But I just said I'm a healthy fast food restaurant, not just a fast food restaurant. So the founder is the one that makes sure that you're sticking to the brand voice, the North Star. You are never going to be replaceable, right? Because you are always going to be, let me put this on right here. Because you're always going to need to be consulted, even by all the other departments in the business, whether you're a C-suite level 8-figure business or you're a solopreneur or you're a solopreneur with one or two departments. Regardless of anything, you're always going to have to consult the founder to make sure that it makes sense with the North Star of where you're heading. Because if it doesn't make sense, Tony says it all the time, your SAM determines everything. Your brand and your North Star determines everything. But maybe I'm asking myself, you know what sound good right now? This opportunity, Asia, right? This opportunity sound good. They put it on my plate. Based off of that, you're asking, should that be your focus right now? Who determines what's next? Your strategist. So you're wearing your strategist hat right now. Is my content engaging? Is this doing the right thing on YouTube? Is our content team doing the right thing on Instagram? No, we mad at Instagram right now. That's me and Tony. But we love our YouTube. Is it doing what it's supposed to do based off of our strategy? Whose hat is that? The operator. Because he's making sure it's executing and how it's executing and how it's actually the metrics. That's him. That's the operator. I don't know why he's a him. Then the next one is, why in the world does my website have these colors when that's not even the same color green that we use? That's a real problem we had. That don't even match what we got going on. Who's that? Did someone just say put money in the chat? When do we ever talk like that? Who's that? The brand architect. That's the hat that you're wearing. The question you ask yourself determines what role you are playing. And depending on the role that you're taking, right? You just found out, oh, based off my question, I'm wearing my strategist hat. Fine. When you're in your strategist, you then ask yourself that question through the lens of these three categories. Okay, cool. All right. How's our Instagram performing? You ask yourself that question through these three lenses: your audience, productization, and your conversion. All right, my brand ain't matching. Why is it not matching? Because it's not connecting with who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the health community. You take yourself through these three questions, these three categories again, y'all, right? Because my audience, they don't like that. They like health and wealth. They don't want to hear money in the chat. They're talking about legacy. That turns my audience off. Why would we be doing that for them? And where are we displaying this at? Oh my God, on YouTube and on Instagram, we got to fix that. That's productization, right? And then making sure that it's not in our funnels and in our sales pages, doing that final sweep. So the question, reverse engineering it, y'all, the question you ask yourself tells you what hat you're wearing, and then you take yourself through these three categories. And while we keep getting spun in circles is because the way that we're building is backwards. The way that we're building is backwards. And we're building every single time we just make something really quick. We're building off a brand architect to just deploy one of these cute little three things. Hey, make your next website with AI. Here, build the app with AI. Hey, do this. You're building backwards. You're building backwards without understanding, is that the strategy you need right now? Is what hat are you wearing? And does it match with these three things? That's why every time you walk away, you made something cool, but you still feel like you didn't get it. And then you feel like you got to join the next one and the next one and the next one. And before you know it, you're in like a summit every week or a challenge every week, and you're getting an email every week, and you're replayed out and you haven't watched any of them, and you can't figure out why you're stuck, but it's made by design. So now, why is that what's happening right now, right? Why is that what's happening? Why are we all stuck in brand architects spinning up a million different websites, and it feels good, y'all? Because it's like casinos are gambling addictions. Why? Because it spits out something real quick, right? It is an addiction almost because there's immediate dopamine because you get something fly with a good prompt. So it is always going to be dopamine attached to it. But that's why focus is so important. And that's why everything always starts with the founder, with the clarity, with your North Star, with your SAM. That's why we always say that, because clarity precedes the focus, because then you get to know what's my strategy, what I'm focused on. All right, what am I going to execute on? Okay, all right, cool. And what does it look like? And now next time you build, you do it through that lens. We're going to build in a second. I know I'm going over on time, but let me cook y'all. Hopefully y'all see the value in it. So now the next part is, why is that what's happening? But before I go ahead and do that, and before I show you guys what it looks like when you get out of that matrix and you build it correctly, because I'm going to show you guys what the last level looks like, because I didn't forget about level 3. I just totally showered on level 2. There is level 3 though, right? So a lot of the time, we're being sold the next best thing. The next best thing to me and to most people makes you feel like you're missing out on something. When I just told you guys, we all have the same resources in front of us. So what makes somebody more genius than the other? And of course, mentorship means faster, but I also told you guys that the product is not the gift, it's the IP, right? So if it's the product that you think is going to be the thing that saves you, that's level 1, that you're in the wrong spot, in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's how you spot it in the first place. And some people are extremely fearful, right, of the business not going right, of a lot of different things. And I just want to stop us really quick here because a lot of us also, I know most of us love AI, but I want to step it back really quick because there is a little fear, even if you don't think you're the one who's scared of AI. I've heard a lot of people talk about water usage in AI, how it's ruining the planet. Has anybody here had like told somebody they were using AI and they told them something about the planet, how much water is going into the servers? And which is true, there is a
Yes.
lot of water that goes, right.
My
Why do
LinkedIn
you think that?
articles. Go check them out.
Uh, the link, that is true. You're not wrong. That is true. But on the other side of that, right, I want to talk a little bit about why fear is being used as a tactic, because fear is what gets you into those things. Fear is, are you drowning in your business? Come with us right now and we'll show you the reason how. That's still fear. It's the fear of failure that your business won't work that gets you into the room in the first place and that makes you think that you need the next best thing. But there's also a lot of fear about utilizing AI. We talked about the demonization of it in the beginning. We talked about the water trauma that we talk about a lot, which is true, but I'm about to probably show you guys a stat that's crazy. I do want to walk you guys through why fear is the best marketing tactic known to mankind. And I'm going to talk really quick because everybody in this room is with Black or brown descent. If you are a Black or brown descent, then you know that it's not, I mean, we make it sound funny, but what's the running joke? That Black people can't swim and Spanish people are real good swimmers, right? Because that's how we get here, right? Right? That's the joke, right? But let's talk about why that might be. Water has actually been used to terrorize the community for a long time. A lot of the cities that Black and brown people tried to create in America were washed out and are more than half of the lakes that are in the United States. And the body keeps count of the trauma, whether or not you live through it or not. So the water trauma, although we make it funny, comes from a very real background. Let's talk about another fear that's common, fear of money. I mean, where does fear of money come from? Redlining. It goes back to wealth was always gate kept from us. They made sure that banks could not give it to certain communities. Guess what those communities were? We know what those communities were, right? We know exactly. We're the only communities, Black and brown communities, where every other culture sells in our community. We got a Chinese store in our community. Have you ever seen a soul food restaurant in Chinatown? I've never seen it. We're the only community where other communities come and sell to us, right? And we don't have the same access to it, right? And then they live somewhere else. So the fear of money. I don't really have to go too deep into this one. What's another thing that's been weaponized against us? Religion. We all know the history of how the cross was used in this country, right? And why is fear the best marketing tactic? Is because fear allows you to not have to be self-accountable and allows you to give the power to somebody else. It robs you of choice, but that is what makes us different than any other mammal in the world. I'm gonna take it back to neuroscience for just one moment. The word human comes from the word, like the root word, hummus, not to be confused with the fire food. It's actually hummus with one M. What that means by definition is of the soil, of earth, right? Humans are the only mammal in the world that are aware of death. Not the dolphin knows it that we know of. They grieve and everything else, but no other animal in the world or mammal knows that they die but us. So we're the only things that know we're of this earth, we are on this earth, and we return to this earth. So the only thing that matters is the in between. So what makes humans so powerful is we're the only ones with awareness. But guess what? Guess what? Guess what's so funny about that? We're also the only ones with choice. We're also the only ones with choice. And if I can trick you out your spot and make you fear something, I just made you believe you didn't have a choice. And that's the only thing that defines a human is awareness, which means you have choice when you're aware. So that fear of water, has everybody here watched at least 1 hour of TV or Netflix in the past week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You haven't
Tamika
watched
said,
no TV? You don't watch
wow.
no YouTube? What about YouTube? What about YouTube, Tamika? Because I know I'll be on YouTube. I do a podcast. I'm a podcast girly. I can watch a good 2, 3 hours of a podcast. I'll be there locked in. You listen to YouTube,
Educational
education,
stuff.
but you still watch it though, right? It's on a video.
Yep.
right? I didn't ask the category. I asked, do you watch it? If you do one
Watch
hour of
documentary.
any type of video, 1 hour of any video, whether it is Netflix or YouTube, you would have to talk to ChatGPT or Claude 150 times within that hour to even remotely come close to the water output that happens from Netflix or YouTube. And the amount of water that goes into actually a one burger is 3 times the amount that you can put in by using chat or Claude GPT 150 times in 1 hour. The burger on your table, and no one is shouting at McDonald's, right?
No.
So then the question then becomes, why is that the thing? It's to make you fearful. But no, let's be honest though. It is important how we impact the planet. And there is a lot of water in the servers. And if you actually looked up the equations, though, so how many more things use up more water, you'll be surprised how many more companies, bad ones, use up the water and how much you would have to be grossly using AI to even come close to match. But now let's be honest, right? Now, Tanya's hilarious. She said, I'm going to use chat while I'm eating a burger and Netflix is running in my background. Sorry,
Out of control.
cannot. All right. So then my next thing, right? Hold on, that just threw me off so hard. Hold on, that was so
No.
that threw off my ADHD so bad. It smoked me. Okay. All right. So now, with that being said, y'all, it really does matter how you impact, right? Sustainability is so important to us. So how do you combat it? I just told you guys it's been being used since 1950. It ain't going nowhere. And it's been utilized on you instead of for you to be utilizing it for you. And I just also told you guys some stats to get your fear out the room. In order to make sure to know that this is a great opportunity for you to compete with big business, even if you're a small business, without the big budget, as long as you steward the tool correctly. So now, how do you do that? You use it for impact. Why do you think me and Tony only work with impact-driven businesses? Is because if we're going to use all this water and we're going to use this tool and we're going to use these resources, we're not going to utilize it for something that doesn't make sense. It needs to be for something that's going to change the world, right? I truly believe that everyone has the answer for that. So now, what in the world does level 3 look like? So now we said a couple different problems. All your tools are everywhere right now, right? It's in Claude. Look at me giving him a new name. Claude, Chat, Lovable, Base 44, Replit, Manus. They everywhere. And I don't care if they're sweeping your email and giving you a brief. That's one message. I don't care if it's giving you one email. You still have to go manually to them and click it. Or you have to go manually into those different text threads. Or maybe you get a little woke and you put them all together. You still can't hit a button and talk to it and make it run the way you want to, right? And of course, there are still some parts that AI shouldn't be used for. AI should only automate the things that you manually do with your hands more than once so you can lead with your business with your heart. So what does level 3 look like? Let me go ahead and pick it up here. So level 3 looks like this. Level 3 looks like you and the other founder, or if it's just you and your business there, whoever your team is, your real live humans, your real life humans. So me and Tony are the humans on the team. And you know what this looks like? An org chart. And before anybody gets a little nervous, you guys know how people are scared of MLM. You know what's so interesting to me about MLM? I think they scare us with MLM because everything is an MLM, guys. And then they say it's a pyramid scheme. But how come nobody looks at the ancestry DNA chart? How come nobody looks at the generational tree charts and calls it a pyramid scheme? It's the same exact pyramid. Everything in life is that. So I just want you guys, when you guys see an org chart, I want you guys to realize the similarity of that pyramid with every other pyramid. I feel like fear marketing has been utilized so long to keep us away from what really works. So what it really looks like at the last level is an org chart where you, and it doesn't have to look like this. It can look like whatever you want it to look like, right? I just like it like this. Tony doesn't like this. She likes it when it has like actual pictures, but this is mine. And I like it
Yeah.
to look, yeah, I like it to look like a video game, okay? That, and that's why you a spaceship, because you be abstract, just so that you know. That's why,
I was
because you in space right now. That's where you You actually have a meaning for your mom in tears. Hold on. So you have your founder and your human employees. What does the future look like? It looks like human in the loops with robots. But remember how I tell you guys, the robots work for us. Remember I made this example before? Somewhere along the way, there was a time and a place when people were getting mad at the robots. They're taking our jobs. They're driving the cars. They're the cashiers. Who is fighting to be an Uber driver? Who is fighting to be a cashier? We were never, ever meant to be at such a low level job. In a real symbiotic world, the robots work for us. So you have an org chart. You and all the humans that are in your organization are there, and the departments that they are overseeing are listed underneath them. Notice that they have simpler than us because we don't need them looking at all of that. They just need to stay at where they're at. Because, of course, where they're at is going to determine what level they're at. Now, you guys see that there's a document vault here that has a password. If I click on it, you can't see it. What is the document vault? The document vault has our North Star, everything that we're doing it for, our do's and our don'ts, how Tiff talks and how Tony talks. But why would it have that? Because when our humans are deploying any of their agents to do a task, it must always refer to the founder's documents to make sure it's aligned. And it talks to each other, and we don't have to do that because it's in the vault and everything in this system reads that. So when they go to prompt it, it talks to each other. So now imagine you're like, you know what? I want to go ahead and this is mine, right? My personal house manager. And you're wondering, what is a house manager? It's all the employees that are automated is loading right now that runs my house. As it loads, you guys will see that there are 5 agents that come up on the screen. And if it has a problem with it, I'll bring it back down and bring it back up. Let me see if I can bring it up in here. Let me see if it loads in here. If not, I'll pick it down and pick it back up for y'all to see it. So y'all are going to see 5 agents on the screen. The 5 agents that come up, some are semi-automated and some are fully automated. There's one that reaches out to my cleaning lady, my housekeeper, and tells her to get herself here on Wednesday and confirms it for me. When she confirms me, it turns green. It does that for me on Monday for Wednesday. I just double check that it's done. I have another one that is semi-automated. It builds out my Instacart based off of the last 4 months of shopping I've done on there, and it builds out my cart for me every Saturday. Why is it semi-automated? I don't need it actually hitting yes on the order, because what if I don't want no more ground beef that week, right? That's too much for me. So I have to double check that I like the cart. And if it doesn't load, let me close it up and do it one more time. I hate when it does that. Hold on, y'all. That's my internet because I'm sharing my screen. That's flaw. Hold on. I got you right now. Let me pull it up through here. And while I'm doing that, I'll talk through it while I'm doing that because I can't do 2 things at once while I'm making sure this works and goes through. And then imagine if that happened for every level of your business. For every single thing that could be semi-automated or automated, imagine and lived in one space. And you can go and click on it and just see what all of them were doing and they reported back to you. And if you needed to be semi-automated with it and actually click on it to give you what you want, because some of these things don't need to be fully automated, right? How does it know I need my thumbnail right now? What if I need a flyer on the spot, but it wasn't something, I don't need a flyer every Friday. So how can I plan for that? I just need a flyer that matches my brand voice based off of the opportunity that's coming up. Maybe Sophia's like, you know what, I want to go ahead and bring up a flyer for the event that I'm coming up in so I can promote it. You can go ahead and put that in there and it spins it up based off of everything he knows about you. And that is what level 3 looks like. One command center where all of your departments speak to each other because it references the documents and what's going on in the system and what is semi-automated versus automated versus needs to be tapped on is working all in one space for you. And in the background of that, not to be confused, it is using all of the tools that we just talked about. But simple is hard and hard is simple. That's why Apple is so fire. So even though it's using all those 7 tools I just talked about, it hides the wires. That's all it's doing. It's still there. It's just hiding the wires. which means they do get built out step by step. So now then the next question you're asking yourself, and I'll show you guys my screen right after I make this point here. The next question is, all right, Tiff, what do we do with this information? So here's what we're going to go ahead and do. Because the question that gets asked all the time is, how do I build X, Y, and Z? And that's not the question. The question is, should you be doing it? That's number one. But the question is, how do you get there in the first place? And then based off of that, the only next question that's after that is then where do I go to build it? But that question is secondary to if you should be even focusing on that in the first place. So what I want you guys to understand is if you saw all of that and you're like, how do I get there? And then I'm gonna go through the activity together. Hopefully y'all are okay with I'm over on time. Hopefully, Tony, you're okay with it too, because I know I'm over on time. I am. Okay. So if you're here in school, we're gonna go through the activity, right? But if you're in VIP or in a circle, that is what you get at the full level. But why? Why does it take that level? Because did you guys see how many departments we talked about? Did you guys see how many questions had to be asked to make sure it was correct? That takes coaching, strategy, time to be built out correctly, to make sure that it's stewarded correctly so that when it automates and it fires, it all makes sense so that everything cohesively is built out one by one by one. Notice I showed you guys a personal house manager. I didn't show you guys another department first. Why? Because if you are resourceful in your business, you're probably resourceful in your real life. And in order for you to be fully leveraged in your business, you have to take off as much as you can in your personal life. So who you are in one space precedes another. So at another level, we help you guys build those out. And then the last level is the inner circle, which is that full thing we just showed you guys, because that is where you fully get to be hands off in your business. And you actually get to only touch what needs to be touched in your business. And then you have humans in the loop, either touching what needs to be touched with the robots or double checking that they're doing the right thing. Because even though the robot can be automated, someone still has to make sure the metrics are converting and tweak it from there as well. That's where the humans always come in. Yes, AI can spin up everything it wants to, but the graphic designers and the people with the eyes still need to be there to make sure that it's still luxurious and still looks good. So now what do you guys do with that information at this level? Here's what I want you guys to do. I want each one of you guys to think through this question right here. And we're going to bring you guys up one by one if you guys are okay, and ask you guys this question. And then we're going to work through, and maybe we can't do everybody, but I'll let Tony help me decide this on here. But here's what I am going to do. Let me pin us both. The question that everyone needs to ask themselves is, what do I hate doing in my business? That's probably going to be a long list. So I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to think of that, right? Y'all can write it in the chat or y'all can go ahead and share it out loud. What do I hate doing in my business? Like, I know I got to do it, but I really just don't like it. Like, I really hate it. Like, I can't remotely stand it. Right?
Emails.
There you go. Emails. You got to give a couple lists though. Daily posts, videos. You got to make sure it's a couple things, like 3 or 4 things. Because after you guys have those 3 or 4 things, I'll keep going, my love.
Anyone
What'd you
else
say?
can share. Anyone else can share.
Budget. Keeping
Budget.
track of receipts, expenses, all that. Or at least expense tracker type things, for sure.
Okay, perfect. Anyone else? Y'all can ramble stuff off, each of you. I see daily posts, videos, Matilda,
Research.
research.
Okay. Everybody here got a list of 3 or 4 things they hate in their business? Off of everything that you guys listed that you guys hated, I want you guys to tell me which one of those things, when you do it, make you the most money. I actually want to hear Tony's answer on this too, actually, which is crazy.
Oh, I apologize. I was writing them down.
Oh,
I was reading the chat to see what everybody was saying.
cold calling. I hate cold calling. I can't hate it more. Okay.
That would show make some money if you Did the cold
Yeah,
call.
that's actually is the one.
That's
Lead
the
gen,
one.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your answer, Tony? What's the thing you hate the most that makes the most money
I
in
don't
the
like
business?
sales calls. I
Oh, I
hate
freaking
sales calls.
hate them
You
too.
know how I feel about sales calls. I'm not a fan.
I
What
hate
makes us the most money?
I hate funnels. I can't stand a funnel, and it's the one thing that makes us the most
Yeah.
money in our business. Man, do I hate a funnel though. Okay. So now with that being said, every time you're thinking of doing some, if you join this next, if you join anyone else's summit or challenge, because you're gonna do it anyways, and that's fine by me, right? That's probably gonna happen. But the number one question is, what do you hate doing the most in your business? What, which one of those make you the most money? And you just gave yourself the list of what you should be building with AI. That's your hierarchy list of what you should be cracking the code with. So now let's help some people in real time. Give me some things in the chat and I'll tell you guys either what tool you should be using and how to build it out. I'll give you the strategy. And when I give you the strategy, you're like, Tiff, you just told me it, but like I still have to build it. Y'all, I just told you guys that everybody has the same resources. What I'm going to give you is actually going to be enough to be able to build it out with the agent. It is going to be enough. The rest is the little logistics, the little logistics. But if you're just needing the agent to run, and yes, I'm giving you tier two because we're here, right? I can't give it to you and put it in the command center and bridge you all together with your North Star and everything else because y'all seen what that looks like. That's different, but I can give you the next thing that you can do and where to go and the best tool to use in order to unbottleneck that next portion of your business. So, Tony, do you want to help me out and bring some people up and so we can at least talk through that really quick?
Well, go ahead and come on up, Tina. I'm looking for Tina. Email marketing, social media.
Lord, I'm
But I
sorry.
can get, and Tina, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, yep. So you got a list in front of you?
So my list was email marketing. I guess that would be funnels, I guess. And I hate doing social media. But
Which one of those make you the most money? Which one of those are those two?
social media. When I
Which
actually
platform?
Instagram.
When you say it makes you money,
Well,
what are
I
you
don't know.
equating it to making you money?
Maybe it's TikTok because I have people that post, like when people come in, they'll post something about the business on TikTok, and that's how a lot of people find me. So I don't know, maybe it's TikTok. I don't post hardly on TikTok at all. So
Where are you getting that stat from that they mostly found you from TikTok? Is
well,
that from them telling you, or are you getting that number from somewhere?
ask, how do you find us?
Say that again.
We usually ask, how did you find us?
And they say TikTok?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Are you posting on TikTok
No, I
yourself?
no.
So how did a creator come and make a video and then that video went viral for you on TikTok?
I wouldn't even say they're creators. It's just regular people, and they come and they'll make a video, and yeah, and that's how it goes. That's how
Okay,
people.
I got you. This is gonna be yours is really, really easy. Okay. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna focus on one platform only. Me and Tony focus on YouTube. We're actually monetized on YouTube, and it's where 90% of everybody comes from. Guess
Mm,
what? You give the people what they want. You stay where you're at. What you're going to do is you're going to focus on converting on TikTok and just post on there. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to download this app. Let me pull it up on my screen for you and log into our account. Give me 1 second here. Log into our stuff. Da, da, da. And then I'm gonna show, I probably should check if we have an affiliate link for this, but I don't even know if we do. Shame on me. I'm normally really good at that, y'all. You're gonna download what is called repurpose.io. Have you ever heard of it?
I have not repurposed.
Yeah.
Repurpose.io is absolutely fire. So what repurpose.io is it actually allows you to go on one platform and it will take the video from that one platform and post it everywhere else for you. So let me go ahead and actually view the connection and see if I can share my screen because my internet is bugging out. So what that looks like, and let me see if I can create a workflow for you so you can actually see what it actually looks like in real time. And perfect. I can show it here. Okay. So hold on here. New image source. Sorry, it's just coming up with something new on my screen. Okay. So I'm gonna share my screen really quick. So if you're gonna focus on just posting on TikTok, but you still want to make sure that you're omnipresent and you're posting everywhere else as well. You want to go to repurpose.io and let me share my screen. My internet's acting up a little bit, but it should be okay for the purposes of this. Can y'all see my screen or is it acting up?
I see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. So you see here, you can repurpose new content if you're looking on the top left or repurpose old content. You can do two workflows at once so that it can go ahead and do your old ones and your new ones. And your new ones. You're going to click from TikTok and from Snapchat, it can go to YouTube, it can go to everything. So that means one video that you post, one video can go to 7 platforms, but all you did was post on one. That way you can go ahead and you can just focus on one, but you're still omnipresent on all platforms. Does that make sense?
It does. Oh, that's easy. Okay.
The
And for those,
easiest. The second, oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and those who want our link, it is posted in, that's our affiliate link.
Oh, you're the best. Second thing I would do for you, Tina, is I would download this app called, let me see if I have a picture of it. It is called Dual Shot Recorder. Dual Shot Recorder. It is, Tony, if I send it to you on Slack, can you drop it in the Zoom? Or let me see if I can. I'm going to drop a picture of it in here. What is Dual Shot Recorder? It is the only app in the game that when you take a video on your phone with it, it records at the same time in vertical and in landscape. Why is that important? Because one video now is able to give me both how it needs to be processed on YouTube and how it needs to be processed for social media. So you don't have to record twice and make sure you flip the phone. So when you go to repurpose and you or if you want to also make sure that you're on YouTube, oh my God. There we go. Did it cut me out when I said that?
Yeah, I did.
What did y'all hear last? Dual shot recorder?
Yeah.
Here, let me join on here. Recording in progress. All right.
While you're doing that, I know there's like a time limit on that. I used it, but it's a very short time. I think it's only like it's either a minute or something like that when you're doing dual.
I used it for 5 minutes before. I don't know how, but I mean, it doesn't have a problem typically with it. It typically runs for 5 minutes. But it allows you to do both dual a landscape with it as well. It allows you to do both dual.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
think that was when I was trying to do a long form, which my long forms are longer than that. So,
I know yours is pretty long. But for most people that are on TikTok, they're not doing more than 3 minutes.
oh, that's just for you. You just use that on TikTok?
I would use it for, I mean, for her particular case, I like the fact that it's both because she can get herself on YouTube as well because I think every creator in the world should be on YouTube as well because that pays out more than any other platform, any other social media platform. Anybody will tell you that that is the king platform that you want to be on. I'm going to get off from the computer and stay on my phone just because of the fact that my internet is acting up because Claude is taking over my screen. And that is why, because it has something that runs at this time. And that's why the internet was bad. Okay. So does that make sense? And it does cost $9.99 one time. And then from there, it is completely, it's a lifetime for $10. So you buy it one time for $10 and it's a lifetime. So that would be what it does. That's just super, super simple. So does that help you out, Tina?
it does. Thank you so much.
No problem. Sometimes the solution is so much simpler. It's not even typically the employee or the things that they sell us. It's typically something totally different. Does anybody else want to go? If y'all are cool with me going over on time a little bit, I'm trying to do this for y'all and trying to level out the thinking while Tony is going to kill me. But go ahead, y'all.
Deleting emails or keeping up with emails, your box ain't overflowing.
Okay. This one's even easier. Even easier. You need this as a one-time thing or all the time, or you're just wanting to, this sounds like it's just one time that you need to unsubscribe for everything. Because I can't see you resubscribing a thing in the
It
future.
depends on what email you're talking about. So both. I don't
Okay.
want my business email getting out of hand. So that one would be all the time. But other emails I use for business, but it's not the one I put out there. Um, that might be like a one-time shot.
Okay. So the tool for this is Claude. The tool. You guys might have heard it differently. You guys might have heard base 44 for email agents, which yes, can work for you to do it on the go. I think that's actually the one that I demoed when I was, well, not demoed, but I helped build on live when I did Wisdom Wednesday. And yes, that is a good place to do it. But for what you're talking about, Tanya, it's actually going to be Claude free Chrome extension. Not to be confused with Claude on the browser, not to be confused with the app, Claude free Chrome extension. When you do that, you open him up and he's going to open up next to your email. And you can tell him to triage your inbox for every single subscription that you should delete. It'll give you the plan and it'll delete it for you right then and there in one swap as a one-time fix. Now, if you want an agent that tells you what it is that's in your email and to do that, base 44 is the one that you're going to use for all agents that you're building in Silo. Base 44. Um, base 44, y'all. And our link for that, Tony, because we do have one, and then my computer would be nice to me. I could get on it, but it was acting up.
Can you repeat that, Claude? Did you say Claude?
Claude free Chrome extension. I really want to demo it. I'm really upset that I'm being pigeonholed right now.
But we are, so we got one more if we can get in because my family's giving me the mean eye. They have
I
an
know.
appointment
I
with
knew
our,
Tony was going to kill me. I have never gone this
Sorry,
much over
Bam
in my whole
Bam.
life.
yeah, my family's not happy, but I told them we got to get her done. So I'm gonna
Hopefully
pull
you
this up.
guys see the value in this because I did go a little hard, but I'm really passionate about this portion, y'all. And I do just believe that people are just in the look. Once you guys get in a better frame around, the answers you guys are looking for are so much simpler than you guys think. But go ahead. What was the next one? Did you guys need the steps again? Damn, I wish I could share my screen with it. It's so simple to do it too, unless y'all seen
Now
it.
this isn't the email isn't an agent you house somewhere like where you house all your agents. This is just right inside of your email.
So Claude Chrome extension is literally what it sounds like. It's a Chrome extension. If you guys know what a Chrome extension is, it's something you could download that you can pick it up and it's on Chrome. So when you click on it, he will pop up wherever you click on him at. You can be on Google, you can be in your email, you can be anywhere in the world, right? He's gonna pop up wherever you click him on when you engage him in Chrome. He's gonna pop up as a chat on the right-hand side. When he does that, he's going to obviously be on the same screen as your email, right? You just literally talk to it. And this is actually something that is able to click through stuff without you having to do anything for you. So if you say, go through my email, whatever email you have on that you engaged him on, and I want you to go ahead and tell me which ones I should delete and give me the plan, he'll come back and click through and come back with a plan for which ones that you should delete and we'll go ahead and delete them for you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, because I might have been a little multi-step, but it's so easy if I were to just show y'all in my screen, y'all. Might be able to. Do we
And
have? Go ahead.
I and I've got the link for base 44.
Oh, thank you,
You
God.
guys can have that. And then it's a weird link, but that's the link if you are using base 44. Um, and then any other questions or This was good, Tiff. I'm just gonna say it was definitely good. I saw a lot of like what we do, y'all. This is it in full, and hopefully you guys
I
were
mean,
able
in full.
like I in full. And those of
I
you
can
who
share my
are in our
screen.
circle and VIPs, you get that opportunity. I know
Don't hate me, y'all.
they're already mad,
Wait,
but
do you want to go in that I mean, you might not want me
well,
to close
no,
it
we're
out.
well, right now. I think we've given a
I
lot.
can share, yeah, I can share my screen just to actually show them the agent because it came up and then the claw thing, and then we can close it out and then I can do that if that's cool with you. I finally was able to download my Zoom. Hold on. All right. All right. Am I good?
You're just an echoed, but go ahead.
I'm still the echo?
Oh, now you're good.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna pin both of us. All right, and now I'm gonna show my screen. Not the thumbs down, Tanya. Hold on. Leave the meeting on my phone, share my screen, and I'm gonna show you guys what I meant real quick. All right, one, y'all can obviously see I was fresh on here on Zoom. Get this out of my screen. Okay. One, this is what the agents look like that I was talking about earlier. Now that it finally loaded and my internet likes me. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. This is what it looks like from the personal life COO. And then obviously you can talk to them on here or deploy them from here. Or it tells you when it went ahead and it sent the result and what it is. And you can engage with it further from here. And then obviously my other agent is down here and it tells me when he's done doing whatever it is that he's doing. This is what it looks like. These are about 7 different tools, but you guys don't see none of the tools that it's using in the background to hit all the wires. Other one that I was talking about. I said Claude free Chrome extension. I mean, literally, y'all, that I'm giving y'all it. Claude free Chrome extension. I couldn't, promise you guys, I'm about as transparent as you guys will probably ever see with AI because I believe that we are the IP, not the tool. You download the free Chrome extension, and if I'm inside of my Gmail, right? Come on now. This is it right here. This is my Chrome extension. I'm gonna click it. It's gonna pop open the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and see, hey, can you, and you should be using Whisper for this. You should not be typing, but I don't need any hiccups with my internet. Can you look through my promotional emails and tell me what I should unsubscribe to? Can I not spell subscribe? Wow. Okay. So now I went ahead and sent that. It's gonna go back and it's gonna say, is this what you want me to do? I want to approve the plan. Approve it to make changes. Make sure it understood what you were saying. Am I the one that's clicking on my screen right now and going through my emails? You see that orange cursor?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously not me. That's Claude. He's able to click through on the Chrome extension and do his thing. He's going to look through every single email that is on this thing and come back with a list of emails that I should go ahead and unsubscribe to. And I get to say yay or nay for which ones I want to unsubscribe to. And he's going to click through and he's going to do his thing for me. And he's gonna just work for me in the background. And yes, you can open up another browser and do your thing. Make sure you are not on an old computer. And then it gave me likely to keep, likely to unsubscribe, and then definitely consider unsubscribing to. Would you like me to go ahead and unsubscribe or do these things? What I would do if it were me is I would go, hey, unsubscribe to Loom, unsubscribe Expedia.com. That definitely does not seem important to me. I don't need him doing the rest. Right? And so now it just says, do you approve that I do this? And you're going to hit yes. And now guess what? He's going to unsubscribe to it for me. Am I doing this? And if I would have gave him 35 different ones to unsubscribe to, he would have did his thing. Right? But instead, he's doing it for me. Look at that, y'all. My hands are here. That's obviously not me. And this is nowhere near how good AI gets because what I really showed you guys is how good it really gets, which is when they're all working in the background for you, but this is still manual. This is still level 2. You want to get it to a point where it does this without you even having to do this. But look, it's unsubscribed. It's done. Now, down here, you're going to see ask before asking and act without asking. I'm going to highly encourage you guys, do not touch this until you know what you're doing. It can spend money for you and it can do a lot of things if you have it on act without asking. So always have it on ask before acting. Don't be scared. We just said we don't do fear mongering. So just know how to use the tool. Don't touch that button. That's all it is. Don't touch that button yet. So y'all, I feel like we did a lot. Tony's family is gonna curse me out. So I want to leave it.
She'll be here next week to make it.
So you can curse me out in
Thank you,
person. It's
Tony's
crazy.
family.
Oh, I no kidding.
So you can curse me out in person. I'll see you in a couple days. I'll literally see you in literally like a couple days. All right, so I want to leave it off with this, y'all. So we did a lot, right? And what we showed you guys is honestly, one, everybody should be utilizing AI, but by the end of this, I want you guys to understand what AI is, what it isn't. You were always the IP and the stewarder of the tool. It's not the tool. The tool always runs into the last category in business. It's always in brand architect and engineering. It's just another tool. It's not the genius. With that being said, what needs to change about how people ask questions about AI and how I want all of you guys thinking about it is next time you guys go to a promotional summit, next time you guys go to anything else, the only thing you should be in the room there to do is to ask yourself, what question am I asking myself in my business? What hat am I wearing? Take yourself through those categories and build from there. Please build from there, guys. And if you need a blueprint for what to build next, we gave it to you guys tonight. All the things that you hate to do, put it in order on the most revenue producing task in your business. And that is your hierarchy list and your strategy for the things that you should be focused on. And then, of course, if you're trying to figure out the next level of that, and you're like, well, Tiff is not here to answer the question for me in order to figure out what to do next. I told you guys don't use ChatGPT, use Claude. That is probably my last gen I'm gonna give you guys is to use Claude and just tell it the same thing. These are the categories in business. This are the things, of course, Latrice, I got you. These are the things that I hate doing this thing. I need to find out how to build an agent to get it off my plate. Right? And then you do that. Now, if anybody here was like, that was wonderful. I want the last level. And that's what you want to engage with. That is what VIP is for. And that's what Inner Circle is for. And if for some reason you guys are not there and that's something you guys want to talk to us about, absolutely not a problem. If you want that a la carte, there is a way for us to go ahead and focus and work with you guys. That is on an Inner Circle level as well for that, but we do want to make sure you guys know that that's always there. But if not, no matter what level you engage with us in, we will make sure that there is something that you get, because at any level, you guys are going to be able to learn and steward the resources that you guys have in front of you, because we believe that the tool is not the genius, but every single one of you guys are, and we are. We are the IP, we are the attention, we are the economy. Go out there and use your resources for impact and store them correctly. Thank you, guys.
And that was awesome, Tiff. And as a matter of fact, like, look, I am thinking tomorrow at VIP. How many people in VIP in the room? In the room, one. I think we got a nice handful of people in VIP in the room. I
Y'all
think
want another summit?
tomorrow, well, I'm thinking tomorrow in VIP, we continue with the piece that VIP gets, because I believe it makes sense. We've already talked about it. If you will come prepared tomorrow, is there anything specific you would want them to come prepared with tomorrow, Tiff? Because I would say you made a big accomplishment tonight, setting the stage. They can come diligently tomorrow so that they can then build what they need to build. And I'll just say, you guys, VIP and Inner Circle is a little different. With the VIP, we will give you like the bigger look, because she's going to talk about that probably greater tomorrow. But people in Inner Circle, they actually get those things built out as a part of what is built with you.
Takes a lot
So
of time, but once it's built out, once it runs on its
yeah,
own.
runs on his own. So because Inner Circle, because we're working really closely with them, you actually get the whole thing built out with you. So I want to make sure that we touch on that tomorrow. Would you guys see that to be valuable tomorrow at VIP?
Of course.
Of course.
So
Okay, so
let's do this. For everybody that's in the school community, I want you guys sincerely, I know it's late. I want everybody, if you don't build it out tonight, I want everybody to post about what they're going to build. And I'm going to make sure that the agent that I have that comes to the school community picks that up, because I want to hold you guys accountable to making sure that you guys are able to build it. If you guys will post it, I'll give you guys some feedback on what it is that, kind of like how I did tonight. I couldn't get to everybody because I already got you guys here way past the time,
But
right?
you got to post it.
Gotta post it, and I'll go
Don't
ahead and I'll
post it,
tell you
don't
what
get
I
it.
will do next. And the questions might be a little back and forth with the questions in the comments, like you guys seen me do live, so that I can really give you an answer that isn't fluff. I'm giving you guys real answers and real tools that really work in the business. So it's gonna be real answers. So if y'all post that in school, I would love to be able to give you guys feedback on what it is you guys are building next, or be able to even evaluate the agent you do build out tonight. If you're in VIP, I would love to be able to know what is the number one thing y'all want built out, because we can do the whole build out for it for each business tomorrow. What is the number one thing? I have an idea of what it is, but I want to hear from y'all. So Tony, do you want to put out that question or that poll? I just want to hear from them, because I
Okay.
know what I think they need, but sometimes sometimes they all are in the same bucket already going out with their partnerships. And the way that you use AI is you use your pain in order to create it, right? But it has to be from the right lens, the right strategy. So I would love to hear your pain points that you guys are in the program right now. Where are you feeling the most overloaded, but you think would give you the most bang for your buck? And that can be what we build out tomorrow, because we already know how many things get built out in VIP. That at least gives me the lens of how y'all are feeling right now. And then I did hear Tanya said this would be good for a summit. We listen to you guys. So if y'all really do want another summit, ask us. Tell us what y'all want. We'll give it to y'all. We literally listen to everything else, y'all. If y'all haven't been able to tell everything you tell us to do, we do on purpose, because I mean, you guys are our audience,
Y'all.
so we will
It's
listen.
about y'all.
So if y'all want another summit and y'all have a certain topic y'all want us to cover, we're here. Mhm.
All right, guys, this was great stuff, Tiff. All right, guys, so tomorrow we'll see you at VIP. We're going to continue the conversation. Be sure to comment, y'all, because if you don't comment, you don't get no responses. See you guys on tomorrow. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Tomorrow, I'm